I'm about to do a workout. As you can see, I'm actually going to show you my. Check it out. So weirdly, because one of the things that we do here is inline skating. Our kids have inline lessons with this really cool guy called Mr. Thing. It's like the most brilliant thing ever. So the kids have gone down with John. John gets home from work a bit earlier on a Friday. They've gone down and I just like slam the door, get changed, and off, and here I go for a workout. Normally I do just because I know it's sending out messages going, Laura is live, Laura is live. So normally I know that it's nighttime. So I wanted to show you the view from our house. You see that it's funny because there's like the building site there, and that's our local temple. How utterly gorgeous is that? It's huge. And I can tell you that they wake up at 4:30 in the morning over there because they bang a massive gong. Which I know that I will miss it because I used to complain about the muezzin, the call to prayer, when I was in Damascus. You know, that would be, well, whenever dawn was, wouldn't it? Say average in Syria would be about 5:30. And now I miss it. I miss it so much. And sometimes I go back to sleep, and sometimes I actually get up and I meditate myself. And it's just the most wonderful thing. So part of the reason that I'm doing the live is because this is one of those cases where I am just going to shut that whilst I talk. I am taking my own advice. Because how many of us say, oh, yeah, I know that. That's a bit better. You know, how many of us are like, yeah, I know I should do a workout. Oh, I know, yeah, drinking water. I know, yeah. And there's this person who I talk about a lot. His name is Hal Elrod. I'll write that in the comments actually. Hal Elrod, and he created the Miracle Morning, which I first read about in 2018 after my third was born. So he was my third in 3 years, and I was not in any way in control of my life. I was completely lost. I genuinely, if you stripped away the layers of mom, wife, breastfeeder, nappy changer, birther, whatever, dinner maker, general worrier, house cleaner, as if I was a house cleaner at that point, but you know, all of these things that I didn't know who I was underneath it. And it was a really horrible feeling. And I was I now, in retrospect, I talk about that as the time that I teetered on the edge of postnatal depression. And I'm pretty sure now that I was teetering on the edge of postnatal depression then. And luckily for me, I found 2 things at that time. One was, like, I'm full on wearing the t-shirt, it's ridiculous. The Healthy Mummy. Is it really comfortable? What do they call them in Australia? Singlets. It's an Australian company, and the other one was Hal Elrod, which I listened to on a podcast. I think it's called Achieve Your Goals podcast, and he talks about the lifesavers, and it made a huge difference to my life. Now, my friend Sarah Brooks of I Am Simple Natural Life, she did a live video yesterday in her group, which I'm part of. And she talked about topping and tailing your day and basically making your life, it helps you to make your life conscious. And it really, really resonated with me because doing the lifesavers, so I might do another video on it another time, but in short, it's SAVERS, it's an acronym. Silence, affirmations, visualizations, exercise, reading, and scribing, which is a way of saying journaling, but making it fit with the acronym. I quite like that he did that because you've got to keep it real. And you know, you could take up to an hour because that's 6 things, and you could do 10 minutes on each, or he even does the 6-minute savers, which frankly is what I've been doing between 6 minutes and half an hour for 3 years now. I have always sucked at getting up in the morning. Always. I've been terrible at it. And this doing the miracle morning and the life, well, he calls them the lifesavers because he was also a bit of a rock bottom point for different reasons. It's just really helped me get on top of things. So I wanted to share that because I've been thinking about. So the reason why I'm taking my own advice now is because in the morning, as part of my savers for the exercise bit, I do exercise bit. I do my physio. So I do a program called. Got it pinned on the wall. It's called Mutu, which is it's a specific workout thing, but it's for diastasis recti, which is where it's not necessarily after you've had a baby, like weightlifters get it because everything's through in your abs. It's where your ab muscles separate. So I had that after Teddy was born, and it caused me lots of back pain, but I didn't realise that it actually was not my back, it was my front. So if I don't do 10 minutes of exercise, 10 minutes of these, it's only what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's like 7 moves. So it's like squats and stretching and squeezing a ball on one knee and, you know, pelvic floor and abs and stuff. And I often don't do it. Seriously. And then, you know, after maybe 2 weeks, I, you know, can get away with it for a while because I've actually closed the gap from like 4 fingers to 1 finger, which is normal after you've had a baby. And that's incredible. But if I don't do it, I really, really suffer. And, you know, if I don't do exercise, like proper high intensity interval training or dance fit or boxercise or whatever I want to do, then yeah, again, I get tired, I get grumpy, I have less energy, my body isn't as strong, I do get aches and pains. I mean, 36 now, and I find that when I keep looking after my body, I do stay strong. But after about 2-3 weeks, if I don't do it and I don't prioritize it, whether it's something calming like yoga, but still yoga's hard, or whether it's something really hard like, you know, the kicking and the punching and the insanity. I even did that a while ago. Never again. Sold the DVDs. But whatever it is, if I don't do it, I do suffer. But 2 weeks after not having done it, which is why the whole self-care, I get quite angry about. Oh, you must have a shower. That's self-care. How good? Because nobody. That's not self-care. That's basic. That's hygiene. And I think that we, well, all of us, but particularly we women and particularly we mums, have been completely sold a lie that self-care is basic hygiene, and it's not. Like, self-care is not eating food in the day. That's not taking a moment for yourself. That is eating. Nobody says to, you know, a man who goes to work, oh, well done you, you're having self-care because you're having lunch. Nobody says that. But when you become a mom and you're exhausted, everyone's like, oh, take a moment, you know, sit and have a cup of tea. A cup of tea isn't self-care, it's a cup of tea. Same with a shower. I guess you can make it more intentional and it can become self-care, but in and of its own, I just don't think that's good enough. And I think we deserve more. And the thing is, again, this is the thing that Hal Elrod said. It's not, oh yeah, I know. It's, am I living it? So when you hear something like someone saying, oh, you need to drink, you know, 2 or 3 of these a day, your answer quite probably is, yeah, I know. And then your follow-up question should be, am I living it? For most of us, we're not, because we're busy. So, hang on. Oh, I splashed my face. So yeah, that's kind of my thing of, you know, am I living it? So I've put in the title crowbar in that workout because sometimes it does feel like we're crowbarring it in. And this is the am I living it thing. When we do the workouts, we feel better. Therefore, we are better mums, dads, carers, friends, people. We just are. Certainly for myself, I feel calmer, I feel happier. If I've done it for me, then I feel like, I don't know, like the symbolism of I have taken time for myself to do, even if it's a 7-minute workout, it feels amazing. and I have done it for me, and that in itself is I guess healing. I guess it's me saying, yeah, I am important. And of course, when we are well hydrated, when we are eating healthy food, when we are looking after our body and doing exercise, and we are strong, we are able to give more. Yeah, I know. Am I living it? I know it's annoying. I annoy myself. This is why I'm actually doing a video, because I'm taking my own advice after 2 weeks of not doing it, and my back pain has come back. Serves me right. Well, actually, do you know, I'm going to model being curious there. Serves me right. I wouldn't say that to somebody else. I would say, yeah, it is tough. And you can change it. There we go. So I talk about this in my program as well. Most of you all know this, but I do a 6-week program, one-to-one with parents. And it's called Deactivate Triggers, Activate Love. And we talk about the things that are stopping us, the under the current, behind the scenes things that are stopping us from showing up for our kids and ourselves. And one of the things that we talk about is right early on is self-care and what it is. I use 3 things in this. So the one is looking after the body, which I've already talked about. And the other one is spirit, and the third one is passion. And I always say crowbar in, as in get it in your diary, put it in your phone so it bings up. Get it in your diary. When are you going to nurture these 3 things? Now, it's my thing. I mean, I know it's all over the place. Everyone has their own different thing, but this is how I see it. Body, spirit, passion. I don't always do it, but I am trying, and that's all we can do. So body, is the workouts, the eat good food, the drinking water and all that. Spirit is about your relationship with whatever it is you believe in. So if you're religious, then it's easier in a way, because it's, you go and read the Quran, you go and read the Torah, you go and read the Bible, or you go and read the Bhagavad Gita, or you go and read whatever your text is. Or maybe you go on YouTube, or you get a podcast from a preacher or a thinker, or somebody who talks from your spiritual position. Now, the reason why I was going to put soul, and actually I changed my mind, because I'm here in Asia, and the whole notion of the soul isn't as clear cut and, well, I say obvious, but to me it was obvious, because of course I've grown up in the culture that I've grown up in, where we talk about body and soul, and that's less clear over here. Not everybody believes the same things, obviously, that I grew up with. So maybe spirit could be for you reading something that from a different tradition that you grew up in. I class myself as SBNR, spiritual but not religious. So for me, the spirit is listening to lectures. It's meditations. I do loads of meditations. It's visualizations. Sometimes they're guided, sometimes they're personal, sometimes they're audio ones. I read a lot, and I might choose a spiritual text if that's what I want to read. So the spirit, nature is so amazing, because it actually covers everything. The body, having a walk in nature, the spirit, just feeling the world. And for some people that makes them feel they're communing with the divine. For other people it doesn't. But it's going to be good for you no matter what if you're out in nature. And passion is another one. And passion is quite important in the world of reparenting, which again I talk about too in the program. Because when we have had experiences where we have had to co-opt our needs, put ourselves on the back burner, in say in childhood, when we've had to grow up too quickly to look after siblings, or we've lived in a scary environment, so we've had to be second guessing the adults around us because they were inconsistent or chaotic, or we've had to learn to assess situations for safety in childhood, like 8, 9, 10-year-olds. One of the wounds that we are left with is that our passions and our love and fun have been taken away. And even if that isn't necessarily your experience, when we become parents, that's we do put ourselves on the back burner, and I guess to a point that is acceptable. I mean, I had a baby in the special care unit. I literally didn't think about myself for nearly a month after she was born, even though I was actually quite sick. And it took me coming out of that. I think I needed to stop being me for a while with this, teeny, I mean, she was teeny tiny baby that I just had to protect. And then I slowly was able to find myself. And one of the ways of doing that is by working out what you love and having a passion. So for me, few people know this, I'm a published author. I wrote a romance novel. Not in my name, you won't find it, but you'll find it on Kindle. So you can private message me, and I will send you the title. And so I like writing. I did NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month, and I wrote a novel in September. No, it's November. It's November is NaNoWriMo month. And I wrote a whole novel, number 2 in the series, between the hours of 4:30 and 6 a.m. That's very extreme, but it fueled my passion and I really loved it. Yoga is one of my passions. Nature is one of my passions. Hanging out with my friends or WhatsApp calling them on a video chat. This is my passion because I miss people at home. So your passion is whatever you like, but it's something for you that doesn't necessarily have a goal. You're not making money off it. I mean, it's great if you're passionate about what you love, but I'm not talking about that. Gardening, music, singing, dancing, just something that just makes you feel happy. What do these things, these 3, body, soul, and passion, have in common? They don't necessarily need to cost you any money. You can go on YouTube and get workouts. You can go on YouTube or the internet or buy or get a book for spirit. Prayer is spirit. It's free. And passion, just use stuff around your house. You can just find some music on your phone. They don't necessarily cost that much money. I mean, you can pay to go and see things. You can pay as much as you like for everything, but they also take time. And the thing is that time is going to pass anyway. This is one of the things that made me in the end decide to go for my master's. I was like, 3 years is going to pass anyway, because I did a modular year. 3 years is going to pass anyway. I can either pass it working on my master's, or I still get to the end of 3 years and don't have my master's. if that's what you want to do. The week is going to pass anyway. You can pass it, like, even if you just do 10 minutes of exercise a day, even if you just do, I do, like I said, the savers, 6-minute savers every morning. And that sets me up. It grounds me and it makes me feel good. And then when my kids come in to jump on my face or demand porridge loudly, I'm actually okay with it. And I know the mornings that I don't do something for myself, even if it's 2 minutes breathing, like intentional breathing, or even just 2 minutes of quiet, if I don't do something and I allow myself to be woken up by the kids jumping in my face, I'm either grumpy or I find it harder to consciously take a step out, ground myself, and then go back into the kitchen, the living room, whatever. So yeah, I just wanted to leave that with you. I've only got a few minutes left before they come up, so I'm going to go and get in a Tabata workout for me, because I deserve it. So think body, spirit, and passion. What can you do for those 3 things, even 10 minutes, that's half an hour, in an entire week?